What's up, everybody? I'm Camarray.
And I'm Zaiah, and this is the Music Report Card, where albums are reviewed based on the vocals, lyrics,
the production, and the sonic vibe.
All right, today we are going to be reviewing Little Mix Confetti.
Drop down like confetti.
Let's talk about some music news first.
Let's go.
All right, so we have to start off by saying rest in peace to
King Von.
King Von. So King Von, up and coming rapper from Chicago. He actually was shot outside of a nightclub in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
The story is still kind of piecing itself together. However, allegedly the police shot him, and Chicago PD was kind of gearing up for
some backlash.
Yeah, some type of backlash to happen. But if you actually watch the video, there's a video circulating around out there. If you watch the video, I don't know if it was Atlanta PD that did it. Drop down in the comments and let us know what you think about the video.
Yeah, it was very unclear.
Yeah.
As to what could be the issue, and I mean, it could have been
where it happened, when it happened, how I'm confused.
Who, what, where, why?
Watch the video, and you'll see.
But in other news, two of my favorite people, R.I.P. to both of them, Notorious B.I.G. and the legend, the icon, the voice herself.
The vocalizable herself.
That was a good joke. But Notorious B.I.G. and the Whitney Houston, R.I.P. to both of them, were both inducted finally into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's like one of the biggest, most prestigious honors that any artist can give outside of maybe like the Walk of Fame. But Whitney Houston,
Nippy.
Like, the first memory of Whitney, I just remember being like 4 years old, just being mesmerized by her isms, if you will. Like, she just...
Period.
Yeah, I remember I had this Jet magazine of her, like, over my bed, and I would just look at her every night before I go to bed and be like, she's so beautiful.
She is. Was.
What's your favorite Whitney song?
Ooh, I'm not even going to get into that.
What? You don't have a favorite Whitney song?
It's hard.
You have a favorite Whitney album?
Let's move on to Confetti, because I was
gonna say, why?
I can't get into all that right now. This is
really?
just too many RIPs happening right now.
I'll give you mine, and mine was "I'm Your Baby Tonight." I remember that was actually my first concert. She was with After 7, and that was my first concert. I think I was 5 years old. My mom took me, and I was in freaking like shock. I was way up in like the nosebleeds.
The rafters.
That's all little Camarray could afford back in the day. But it was an amazing, amazing experience. And I just remember like her voice just being like just bellowing throughout the so whatever you want from me, I'm giving you everything. I'm your baby tonight. I'm your baby. Ecstasy.
All right, so that's all we have for our news today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Please subscribe.
And let's move on to Little Mix Confetti, the album review.
Yes, let's talk about it. Listen, it's something to be said about like music groups, and like we haven't really had a lot of dope music groups, but I'm excited about this Little Mix album because you get to see the dynamic of a group. I think this is actually our first group outside of they. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about it. Let's jump right in with your fave.
All right, so my first favorite was A Mess, Happy for You, in parentheses. I love a nice, upbeat heartbreak song.
And that was that.
So what they're pretty much saying in the song is, I'm still a mess, but if you're happy, then I'm happy for you. I'm a mess about this breakup and everything that's happening, and I'm struggling through it all, but I'm just going to be happy for you. But what I really loved about this song is they had a moment where the bridge would actually happen. They did more of like a little funky breakdown where maybe a Beyonce would come in and give a little bop, pop, 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 knock, 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 all that. But they gave all of that, and in that moment, it's as if the man was walking by, and she's pretty much saying, like, let me keep my composure when you walk by, let me hold it all together because I can't show how I'm really feeling. And then they go right back into, I'm a mess, but if you're happy, I'm happy for you. Yeah. So I love that anthem, inspirational type feel of a song of this song, but still has the sadness in the lyric content. So
yeah, I love that song too. That almost made my my top 3, but I'll go ahead and jump into my favorite song, which is Sweet Melody. I just feel like the whole album just started out so upbeat and so up-tempo. It just feels good, but Sweet Melody was actually the first song that I really paid attention to, and the energy of the song is just so infectious. Yeah, captivating and just infectious. Like the whole, I feel like I would be like at a little, what are those, like the little festivals or something, like waving the flag. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was just, yeah, a great, amazing feeling. If you haven't heard that song, please go download and listen to Sweet Melody. It's an amazing, captivating feeling. If you listen to that song and you don't dance, there's something wrong with you. You're a little stiff, guy. You need to have a drink or something.
Stiff what?
Stiff what?
Stiff what?
Stiff what?
Ain't no
I also love the melody of the song. It's so dope, and the little
it's a sweet melody.
Like that is so crazy. And then how they add the harmonies in there.
Yeah.
And again, that's something that you miss with sometimes when you have just a solo artist and you get to hear those little nuances that a group can give you, and I just love it. Production wise, I think it's an amazing whoever produced the song vocally and how they played with each of the girls' voices, and you kind of hear some of the one voice stuff, but then you also hear the harmony stuff, and then you hear the blend. Immaculate. So Sweet Melody definitely made my top 3.
All right, so my next song was My Love Won't Let You Down. This is also an inspirational song, in my opinion, but it's more of a ballad with the piano playing, and you're really just hearing their vocals all up in your face, and you're able to really just hear the breathiness and everything that they're doing vocally. Definitely have to check that song out. Drop that in the comments. Let me know what you think about it. It definitely just made me feel really inspired. It's pretty much saying like, trust me, love won't let you down.
Yeah, I really love that song too. In the way that, I don't know which other members, but that first, I guess you can call it the end of the chorus, where she hit that note like, won't let you down. Like that was so dope. And then they played with it throughout the song.
Absolutely.
Like, where they harmonized with it. And it was just, I love that song. So yeah, Don't Let You Down was that.
Yeah, the note choices were definitely on point.
In your voice. Well, with that being said, my next song is Confetti. I love the title track of the album. I just felt like the energy again was something like infectious, and it just had this vibe. But I think overall the message in the song, it was kind of lighthearted, but
well, if the song has the album title, they had to give a vibe.
Yeah, and I just love the song. The lyric of the song is kind of lighthearted, but it's basically talking about being in a relationship that's kind of toxic for you, and then you basically getting out and gaining self-love, and basically letting all the good things from here on out kind of rain down on you like confetti. Right, rain. Yeah, I love that. So Confetti was my second favorite, and I just love the groove of it. Everything about it was dope. Again, dope vocals, dope blends, dope harmonies, which I fell in love with. So yeah, Confetti. Love that. The melody, everything. Dope.
All right, so my third favorite was Rendezvous.
I love that one too.
I ain't trying to fall in love with you. I'm just trying to rendezvous. And that's pretty much what the song is about. If you know someone that you enjoy sexually, but you're not trying to fall in love, and y'all just have what y'all have going on, and it's enjoyed on both sides, you need to check out this song because it is for you.
Yes, it is definitely
all about the rendezvous.
Yes.
Time and place.
And
What's up?
This is that time. It's cuffing season, baby.
But the song, the feel of it has such a sexy swag to it. So you definitely got to hear it. It's given very much June's Diary, Lil Gabby with the swag.
Okay.
Well, just the
swag of it.
The swag of it. So definitely check it out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
All right, last but not least, my last song is Holiday, and I just love, it has this it's real simple, like a dope bass line, but it feels like summertime, makes you feel like you need to be out on somebody's patio with a little cocktail, you know what I'm saying, a little drink.
A little tea.
No, I don't want no tea. I want
some sweet tea with a little lemonade on the top.
I want something mixed in there though, like a little.
I'm just keeping it simple and
basic.
basic.
A little vodka, a little tequila, You know what I'm saying? I need a little something extra for mine. But yeah, Holiday for me works. Again, great vocals. It kind of reminded me of Dumb Blonde, of those of you guys that are like musically like deep into like the house dance music. Dumb Blonde is actually two members of Danny Buchanan, Aubrey and Shannon. They created a duo. It very much so reminds me of their song Remember Me. I won't get into that. But it's one of my favorite songs. So I just love the vibe of that song. Again, starting off the album with all of these top-heavy, amazing pop songs was really, in my opinion, genius. And we'll get into that with the sonic flow of it. But just how they transitioned and gave you all they had at the beginning and then kind of worked the mid-tempos in the middle and then brought it home with Love Won't Let You Down, and kind of ended on that tempo with Breathe and all those slower songs at the end. I feel that it was very, very smart, very well pieced together. So, yeah. Did you have any honorable mentions?
I did. I actually liked Breathe. Breathe was,
I love that song.
Yeah, it's pretty much like, how do I breathe? Like, you left this empty space. How do I fill this space? And how do I breathe without you?
How do I breathe without you? I want to know. How do I breathe without you? I want to know. How do I ever survive? I can't hit that. Oh, how do I live is the word.
Whatever, I don't know. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
Talking about our honorable mentions, I actually love Happiness. And it's really just, again, they have some really great lyrical songs that are written kind of more in a lighthearted, playful way. But the song is really talking about, I found a happiness or a love is inside of me again. And I'm living my best life, basically. And Happiness just has, again, this great, amazing up-tempo pop groove, and it works. It really helps the album to flow into a great sonic place. Amen. Amen.
All right, I want to mention also Not a Pop Song. So I loved how that song started off, but I struggled with the lyrics. I hate that they put in that this is not another pop song. Like, I just feel like that's something that you don't really have to say to the audience. I feel like that's something that you just allow them to feel. And I don't know, I don't like when people, it's like pointing out or stating the obvious. In my opinion, like, it didn't feel like a pop song. It kind of did, but the whole goal, I think, was for it to, what?
I was gonna say, it's really saying, like, it's every song that you hear on the radio, this is not
absolutely
that. And the drugs and the parties and all that, this is not that song. And I kind of see what you're saying, but I just feel like, song-wise, that song is so dope that I don't care. Like,
it's a very dope song, but I just struggle when I get to that part because I'm like, I don't want to hear that it's not another pop song. I just want to feel it. Like, find a way to get that across. Find other words. This is just not your average thing, or this is not your average, love. Whatever that you can use. Find other words, descriptive words to describe that. And then we just fall in love with the fact that, or some people may not even know, your audience should just feel it sometimes. They don't need to know that it's not another pop song. They just need to feel that, wow, I love that song. There's something that's so amazing about that song, but it doesn't feel popish, or it doesn't feel like your regular normal song. Yeah. Like, just let that come across in the feeling. Don't say it. So that's my thought on it.
And I will say also, the vocal on that is amazing. I don't know. Do you think that they all was doing that in unison, like the chicks and John? Like, was that in? You think that was unison, or do you think they had one girl do it?
I honestly would have to listen again.
I think whatever it was, I thought it was brilliant because it sounded like all of them in unison. But then when you really listen, it sounded like one girl kind of carrying it. And so I don't know, but vocally, that hook is.
They could have all been unison, and they just turned one person up because their voice fit the style of the song a little more. So,
which goes into the production, which we'll get into as well.
All right, so let's get into the grading.
My favorite part, baby.
All right, so I'm going to start off with vocals. With vocals, I came through with a 4.5. I think that their vocals are definitely on point. I don't think that they're way over the top and the best of the best to give them a 5, but they definitely were very, very strong vocals, so I gave a 4.5.
And I feel kind of the same way. I think it's noted. I don't know if you guys know about Little Mix, but they were actually formed on an overseas version of X Factor. And as you guys know, they kind of all come in as these solo artists with these big voices. So naturally, they're gonna kind of already be above the regular girl. So I gave them a 4.75. Again, they're not. I mean, if we're going back to Whitney Houston at 5, or Mariah Carey at 5, or Brandy at 5, I gotta take them down just a little bit. So I gave them a 4.75. But very, very solid vocals throughout the entire album. They definitely gave some amazing low notes, some amazing high notes that you wouldn't really expect from a girl group. And so I love what they gave vocally.
All right, moving on to lyrics. I gave a 3.75. I think that the lyrics were okay. Some of them were a little bit more than okay. But overall, and I'm not just grading the lyrics based on the fact that they did that particular song that I mentioned, but I think it definitely does play a part. And some of the lyrics were just kind of basic. Their album to me wasn't very strong, like lyrically. I think it was more so about the feel of the music and the playfulness and all of that. So that's why I gave it 3.75.
And I'm kind of in line with you. I gave them a 4, and I think, to your point, definitely the songs weren't anything to be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry to this song. But what I will say is for a pop album, I feel like they definitely gave some lyrics that were above the grade of normal pop albums, and so I definitely had to give them a strong, very strong 4. Very good job, ladies.
All right, production. I gave a 5. Production was very strong for me. Y'all have to check this album out.
Strong.
Definitely check it out because the production is on point. With typical pop albums, I feel like you don't always hear the voice up front, but I feel like they did a good job of mixing it up with the different songs. You felt their voice up front, and you felt the music and the voice right in line when it needed to be felt like that. So yeah, that's why I came through with a 5.
And I came through right behind you with a 5. I think production, we mentioned it. I mentioned it earlier with the blending of the vocals, and you have, you can't even tell sometimes if it's one girl versus all of them. You've got all of these different background counter melodies going on, and they're felt, but then you still hear the lead vocals. So production-wise, vocally is amazing. Production-wise, musically, I loved it. So.
Perfect. Sonic flow, I gave a 5 as well. Ooh. The sonic flow for me, honestly, of this album was right on the money. Like, I literally felt it just going straight down the line from one song to the next. It felt like a pop album, but they knew how to also throw some swag in there with the pop. They did a slower ballad song, but it still had the melody of the piano that was being played was still kind of popish. So they did a very great job of getting their point across with this album.
In my opinion, and keeping it consistent all the way from start to finish.
Yes.
And that's why I came start to finish. And that's why I came through with a 5 on the Sonic Flow.
And I'm right there. I gave him a 4.5. Danny can't walk, so Little Mix can run. They really, blueprint, I would say for the next 10 years maybe of girl groups, this is how an album should be fixed. This is how an album should sound. From starting out with Big Bang, amazing pop songs, and then ending it, like I said earlier, with The Breeze and the other ballad. Again, spot on, spot on. Sonic Flow for me, 4.5.
All right, so when we add all of that up, that gives us a 4.56 of an average.
Yes, sir.
Gives us a percentage of 91.25%.
And that gives them an overall grade of, drum roll please,
an A-. That's great for them. Because I'm going to be honest, fully transparent, I don't know who Little Mix is until I listen to this.
I heard about them with the Nicki Minaj record they had a couple of years ago. And crazy enough, I do want to go back and look. They got like 6 albums.
Wow.
So they've been doing it for a while, I think since 2012.
It definitely was strong for me.
Very, very strong.
But we definitely want to hear from y'all.
Yes.
Please drop down in the comments. Please like, please share, and please definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel.
I definitely think they deserve your stream, your listen. So please go listen. But with that being said, I'm Camarray.
And I'm Zaiah.
We'll
Peace out, y'all.
Later.